Marcus Aurelius, who taught that emotions, or passions, in the Stoic sense, are disturbances of the soul, arising from false judgments and attachment to things outside our control. Yoda, like the Stoic sage, does not advocate the annihilation of emotion, but rather equanimity, the ability to remain centered and clear-sighted in the midst of chaos. He warns against the seductive pull of fear, for it narrows perception and distorts judgment, laying the foundation for darker impulses like anger and vengeance. Yoda's rejection of aggression, even when provoked, reinforces this philosophy. For him, a Jedi is not a warrior in pursuit of victory, but a guardian of harmony, whose strength lies in restraint, clarity, and presence. A Jedi uses the Force for knowledge and defense, never for attack, he teaches, mirroring the Stoic belief that virtue is the only true good, and that to act justly, one must first govern the self. In this way, Yoda becomes not merely a fictional mentor, but a timeless model of inner discipline, teaching that true power arises not from domination, but from the quiet mastery of one's own mind and emotions. 2. Mindfulness and presence. Yoda's philosophy is deeply rooted in the discipline of presence, a core tenet of both Zen Buddhism and mindfulness traditions. In training Luke Skywalker, Yoda laments, never his mind, on where he was. What he was doing. This simple but profound observation reveals a timeless truth, that the mind, when caught in distraction, whether toward the past or future, becomes estranged from the only reality that truly exists, the present moment. Just as Zen masters urge students to be fully here, Yoda challenges the Jedi to cultivate a state of undivided attention. His famous line, "Always in motion is the future," highlights the futility of over-attachment to outcomes or predictions. In both Zen and Stoic thought, anxiety arises not from the moment itself, but from our mental projection beyond it. Yoda embodies this awareness by urging Jedi to center themselves not in anticipation, fear, or regret, but in the clarity of the now, where perception is undistorted and action becomes skillful. This awareness is not passive. It is alert, embodied, and engaged, forming the very basis of Jedi training and spiritual strength. 3. The power of commitment. Do or do not. There is no try. With this brief, enigmatic statement, Yoda distills a powerful lesson on will, decisiveness, and inner resolve. To try often becomes a mental loophole, an escape from full presence and responsibility. But in Yoda's worldview, genuine effort is indivisible from total commitment. This reflects the Stoic ideal of action, guided by rational will, prohairesis, and the samurai's code of decisiveness, where hesitation is seen as a crack in the spirit. Yoda teaches that mastery is born not through casual attempts, but through unwavering focus and inner alignment. When one commits completely, body, mind, and spirit, failure loses its power. This philosophy also emphasizes personal accountability. To act is to accept the consequence of action. To choose is to own the outcome. In this sense, Yoda is urging not just effort, but a deeper existential commitment to the path, whatever that path may demand. 4th, letting go and acceptance. Few teachings are as central to Yoda's wisdom as the practice of letting go. Train yourself to let go of everything you fear to lose, he instructs, echoing the profound non-attachment central to Buddhism and the effortless surrender of Taoism. In Yoda's view, clinging is the root of suffering, whether to people, power, identity, or outcomes. Fear of loss breeds control, and control leads to domination, the gateway to the dark side. True freedom, Yoda teaches, is not found in securing permanence, but in embracing impermanence. To let go is not to be indifferent, but to be free from dependency and fear, able to love and act without trying to possess. Just as the Tao flows without resistance, Yoda urges the Jedi to flow with life's changes, unburdened by ego or attachment. This acceptance creates a space of inner peace, a stillness that cannot be shaken by gain or loss, victory or defeat. 5. The nature of the Force. Yoda's metaphysical teachings on the Force reflect a view of the universe that is both spiritually rich and philosophically resonant with Taoism and pantheistic mysticism. He describes the Force as an energy field created by all living things. It surrounds us. It penetrates us. It binds the galaxy together. In this vision, the Force is not a deity, but a universal, animating presence, a flowing energy of which all beings are both manifestations and participants. This mirrors the Tao, which also cannot be named or contained, but which gives rise to and sustains all things. Yoda teaches that life creates the Force and makes it grow, emphasizing the interdependence of all forms of existence. This is a worldview where separation is illusion, and harmony is achieved not by conquest, but by alignment with the natural order. The Jedi, therefore, are not merely warriors. They are stewards of balance, protectors of a deeper ecological and spiritual equilibrium. In this sense, the Force becomes both a metaphor and a lived experience of unity, a reminder that our actions ripple outward, that all beings are connected, and that wisdom lies in surrendering to this living flow rather than resisting it. Philosophical influences and depth. Stoicism. Yoda's worldview reflects a deep consonance with Stoic philosophy, particularly its emphasis on inner discipline, emotional clarity, and the pursuit of virtue through rational action. Much like the Stoic sage described by Epictetus and Marcus Aurelius, Yoda embodies the ideal of mastering one's passions, fear, anger, desire, through conscious reflection and inner restraint. For both the Jedi and the Stoic, true power lies not in external control, but in self-mastery. They reject the illusion that external events define us, insisting instead that our responses, governed by reason, humility, and ethical intent, are what shape our character. Both traditions also emphasize that virtue is not innate, but cultivated, a lifelong discipline that only the few are willing to truly commit to. As Yoda demonstrates, wisdom comes through trial, contemplation, and an unrelenting confrontation with the self. Zen Buddhism and Taoism. Yoda's teachings are steeped in the contemplative spirit of Zen Buddhism and the fluid naturalism of Taoism. His unwavering emphasis on mindfulness, meditation, and presence mirrors Zen's central doctrine, that awakening comes not through intellectual understanding but through direct, unmediated experience of the now.